Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BESPYs Postshow Podcast. My name is Moguel Aguilar. I am a junior from Mexico City, and I'm majoring in communications and history.
I'm Lex MacLauchlin. I'm a senior with a business and organizational leadership and a communications major, and I'm from McDonough, Georgia.
Alexander Bolton. I am a sophomore here at Brevard College. I major in business and communications. I'm from Irmo, South Carolina.
I am Mateus. I'm from Brazil, and I am a junior here in Brevard College, double major in communications and business. Let's go on with the show.
I am here with Emily Denaga, the female perfect storm of the year, and David and Lynn Joyce Legacy Award. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Now tell me, last night, I know everybody goes in there and they're excited. Just want to spend a good night celebrating awards and just the beauty of sports itself. You're sitting down trying to enjoy time with your friends and your teammates. But just tell me what it was like to receive awards that night.
Yeah, it was great. I was not expecting to win these. We get an email of like when you were nominated and all that. So I knew I was nominated for something, but never in my life would I have thought that these are the awards I'd be getting tonight.
Now you were nominated for it not only because your excellence on the field, but also outside of in the classroom, just in life in general. Tell me, being a student athlete, what that really means to you, especially here at Brevard.
Yeah, at Brevard, it's really easy to balance athletics and academics. Coaches push for study hall and getting on top of your studies, and at the same time, academics gives an athletic window. So it's really nice to have that balance and still be able to thrive in both areas.
Now, speaking of classroom, you're a criminal justice major. You told me that you've done an SBI internship, which I'll let you tell more about that and what that's all about, because I had no idea about the SBI before you told me about it. But tell me what the internship was like and the classes here with criminal justice at Brevard.
Yeah, so I had my internship January to April, just ended this past week. SBI is like the state level of the FBI. So they have a bunch of units that specialize in a bunch of different things. But it was really hands-on, and I got to go out, both in the field and, see behind the scenes in the office. So that was really cool. And I think classes here at Brevard really helped me set up for those things. Like crime scene class with Mareshi was pretty fun.
Now, is that what you ultimately want to end up doing with your career after Brevard?
Yeah, so following graduation, I'm going to apply for the police academy up at AB Tech and then apply for SBI for their arson investigation unit.
Now, not only you as a student and is why you were there getting those awards, but again, speaking about you as an athlete, I had a chance to catch up with you after the Ridge rivalry with Warren Wilson, where y'all won 16-6. And everybody was ecstatic that night. I know you were. But on the field, you've been amazing. You are a leader in draw control, goals, and points here at Brevard. Second team all conference. And again, speaking of the academics, in your previous years, you've been academic all conference. Tell me just about this lacrosse team here at Brevard and just how you found yourself in a role of excellence.
Yeah, so these past 4 years have been incredible. We've gone through a couple coaches, and that was rough to adjust to, but I think at the end of the day, the team really pulled together, and we stayed a family these past 4 years. And having games like the Ridge rivalry, it's something to look forward to and like another reason to play. So I hope they continue that tradition.
100%. And before we let you go, I just want to ask you, if you had to sum up just your time here at Brevard as a student, as an athlete in general, just how would you kind of speak about your experience?
At the end of the day, it was perfect. If I could do these 4 years over again, I absolutely would, and definitely at Brevard. Even through academics and athletics, there's always people there for you. I've had mentors, both that are coaches, both that are staff, academic advisors, all of them, even people at home. So really just having that support and family like community at Brevard College really topped it off.
100%. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations again on your awards.
Thank you.
I'm here with Chancellor Parker, the recipient of the John McKissick Award. How are you doing today, Chance?
I'm doing very well. How are you, Alex?
I am doing fantastic. Now, I got to play alongside you, so I already know a lot about you. But for the people who are watching who may not know anything about you, just tell me a little bit about yourself, Chance.
Well, I'm more of an open book, kind of a jack of all trades. A lot of people think they could guess everything about me by just taking one good look. But you would think I am not interested in most things that a lot of people else are interested in, like fishing, hiking, walking, exercise, fitness, listening to all types of genres of music, and I'm deeper than just an average football player. Like, people be saying that football is their whole personality. No, it's football is just something I do. It's not who I am as a man, as a student. I'm like a million things, and and an athlete's the last thing I am. So, respectfully, I messed that up. Student. I'm a student first before anything else. So.
Yes, sir. And so that's actually why you ended up getting this for being it's an all-around outstanding senior student football athlete here at Brevard is what you received the award for. Like you said, being more than just a football player, it's about all the attributes. But on the football field, you weren't just an average player. You were excellent. This year, in your grad year, you had 945 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. And in your career here at Brevard, you had over 2,215 rushing yards, which you told me before the interview that you had no idea you even had that much.
Right. Yeah. No, the years just flow by. Then, I'm not really a statistical guy, so I'm not looking right after the game and see how many yards I had, or I just worry about if we win or not. There's a lot of games where I did phenomenal, but we did not come out with the win, like LaGrange or NC Wesleyan. Those yards, touchdowns don't mean nothing to me if we didn't get the win. So, yeah, the years just flow right by you.
So tell me a bit about that. You were mentioning just how the aspect of winning is really the main aspect. What is that selfishness like, and where'd you get that from?
I guess I got it at a young age where a lot of guys are just worried about me, a little selfish, as in like this is a team sport. This isn't like a golf or I guess a tennis type of sport. There's 11 people on the field. There's 22 at all times. Every single person got to do their part in order to win. You've seen it. One person have a misassignment, the whole play is blown. So that's more so as I will do my part on the field. If I had to get 0 touchdowns in order to win, I would do it. If I just had to play special teams in order to win, I would do it. If I had to block the entire game, I would do it. So that's why the yards just come in a factor, and I know how to play my role. So that's how I got to where I am, because I know what's needed of me in order for us to win.
And you're speaking about that again, being selfishness. Again, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, you receiving this award though just speaks to the aspect of the humbleness you kind of have. Because again, when you got the award, you were excited. We saw you getting up, but you kind of calmed down and you walked up. But tell me, when you receive an award like this, obviously receiving something for your excellence on the field, how do you still kind of take that back and realize, this is also something that speaks to my team?
Well, it's because it's a representation that don't ever think that it can't happen to you. When I first came here back in 2022, Jock Pleasure, he won this award. The year after, Mitchell Yoder won this award. And you looking at these kind of model guys, it's like who wouldn't want to be those kind of guys? And I'm just I will say I wasn't not as in the Brevard community as those two guys were, with Yoder doing the things behind the scenes with the film, and with Phil and Jock with being a multi-sport athlete and being all around the campus life. So, and then here I am, just, average Joe, picking in wherever I can. When the hurricane hit, I'm trying to volunteer everywhere I could be. So that's why I just don't ever think it can't happen to you, because if you just do your part, have a positive representation on this school and on the program, then you're going to get the outcome you see, because like it or not, we're the biggest team on campus. So when anything positive or negative happens individually, like in the classroom or in Ingalls or in Asheville, and you're wearing a Brevard College football shirt, you're a representation of the entire school, of the program, because you're the biggest team. Like it or not, they're looking at you. So therefore, when you do everything right and just play your course, you have a positive outlook on the team and on the school.
And see that mindset right there. Before I let you go, I'm going to mention this. I like to joke with you a lot about a little incident that me and you had my freshman year. But I just remember after that, before when the season ended and your senior season, before this grad year, that me and you were standing in the coffee shop talking, and you were just telling me about how you had the desire to come in with a new mindset for this up and coming season. More team-oriented mindset, and just something that was more fruitful.
Right.
And this year, obviously, like we said, your numbers went up. It corresponded. You had more touchdowns and more yards. Just tell me about that new mindset coming for your senior year to your grad year, and how that kind of carried you to receive this award.
Well, I'm a big man of God. So therefore, I'm speaking out for help, for assistance, because every single game that I do lash out on the field, I'm not proud of it. I go to sleep. I couldn't go to sleep those nights when everybody's out. I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't eat. You can ask my mom. I was in tears and just welling up because I don't like the guy I was out there. I don't like the representation I was giving. And then therefore I'm like, there's a lot of good guys on this team that don't deserve the way I came at them. And, I know everybody joke around that I'm the old head and all that, but at the end of the day, we're all still young. So we're all still learning. This is something new to me. It's the first time in your life that you're basically a captain and a leader on this team. So people are going to look at you when it's time to make a play. They're going to look at you when something that's going right on the team. You always got to take those hits because you're the one who wanted that pressure. You wanted that heat. So you're not used to that pressure, and it makes you respond a certain way. So when I talked to you, you were the main person I was thinking of. I talked to DJ and say, this is a guy that he did not deserve what he got because you're nothing but a great teammate, a great man individually. And so I was like, there has to be a change. There has to be a flip in the switch for me to be a better, like I could have all the yards in the world, but doesn't mean I'm a great teammate. That's a great player, but a great teammate. Like with this award, you can do a million things on that field, but if you're a terrible individual outside that field, that this trophy wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sitting right here, and I wouldn't be the teammate we had, and I wouldn't have had the yards and touchdowns I would have this upcoming season and season beforehand. So that's why when it's flipped the script, I'm like, it has to be a better way. I could still be a great player and come out and talk to y'all how a man would. Everybody has feelings. Everybody's human. And so I know I was in the wrong, and I still apologize. I apologize to you today.
Ain't nobody.
And I respect that, but I know I was in the wrong. But at the same time, that's why I'm like, I can be better. I know I can be better. And there's always an extra floor you can step on. So
the point is just, as your teammate, just seeing you and your progression and growth as a player and just as a person was excellent. So obviously seeing you win this award, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
So again, congratulations for you winning this award. The John McKissick Award, Chancellor Lee Parker, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, we're here receiving now Hayden Domingo, Chuck Dunbar Team Spirit Award and the Male Perfect Storm recipient. So hello, Hayden. How are you doing today?
Good, Martin. How are you?
I'm good. Very happy to be here with someone I've been sharing the field since my freshman year. So tell me a bit about yourself. As I said before, we've been sharing the field since freshman year, but for the people not knowing you, tell us about Hayden Domingo.
Yeah, I'm a student athlete here, play soccer, obviously, criminal justice major, something I'm very passionate about. And yeah, we've been together since freshman year. Came all the way here from Yulee, Florida area, so a little bit different than my hometown, but obviously I've met a new family here, so very happy for that.
Okay, so you were able to win 2 awards. How does that make you feel, Hayden?
Makes me feel very grateful. I didn't see it coming, but I, humble about it, and I'm very appreciative for both awards. Yeah, a really great experience last night.
Perfect. And tell me about yourself this year. It has been a very interesting year. You were able to play for the final in the championship, but you were also injured for spring season. So it's been an eventful season for you.
Definitely.
So tell me about it.
Yeah, like you said, the season was great. We didn't get the result we wanted towards the end, but that's nothing compared to the season itself. I started the season just kind of being a role player, getting some minutes here and there, and then unfortunately we had some guys get injured towards the tournament time. So now it was the time to step up, try to do those boys, a justice. I'm trying to make my team proud. Something I was ready for mentally, just knowing. Being humble the whole season, knowing, that was my role. So when the opportunity came, I was ready for it. And, I think I stepped into that role really well. And then now, yes, like you said, spring season, a little bit more unfortunate, missed out whole spring season with an ankle injury, broke my ankle playing soccer back home over Christmas break. But trying to stay positive throughout that too. All my brothers, all my teammates, you guys have really supported me. So, yeah, it hasn't been too bad.
Perfect. And then these awards are not only for your effort on the field, but also off the field. So tell us how has your year been, especially with junior year over, heading into senior year. So how is that going in your life?
Right, it's going great. The semester's been pretty good. First semester was kind of a little bit stressful. Got a heavy course load. I know you've had some Dr. Cook classes before, so
Yep.
pretty challenging courses, but I learned a lot. Got through them, and then now looking forward to summer. But happy with what I've accomplished academically this year. Got some opportunities to go to some conferences for the school, the NCAA National Convention, leadership conference, opportunities I'm very grateful for. Learned a lot. So, yeah.
Okay. And then, as I said before, you still have one more semester here.
Yeah.
You still have one more time. So how does these trophies make you feel? What inspiration does it give you ahead of next semester?
Oh, it's definitely motivating. Grateful for them, but I know we've got a lot of talented people on this campus. So, you could say, I've earned these, but I need to continue to, represent what these awards truly mean, and just use it to push forward and exceed next season. Come back from this ankle injury strong, have ourselves a good season next year, and finish out my last semester here as a Tornado.
Perfect. And then on a final question in that sense, it's your final semester of here. You've been to 3 BESPYs. How does this feel as your last BESPYs? What emotions did you have inside of you?
Oh, this one's a little bit different. My role with SAC executive board, kind of, changed it from previous years where I was more of just a spectator. But now kind of helping. I've always helped to set them up through my athletics work study, but behind the scenes, the GOAT awards. Funny enough, when the Chuck Dunbar Award was being presented, I wasn't even paying too much attention to the presentation because I had to hand out some certificates and awards next, so I was focusing on that, and then I hear my name called. So it's pretty interesting. This one was completely different. Really surprised me, but in a good way. So very grateful.
Perfect. Okay. And is there anything you want to say, especially some shout outs to some of your teammates, some of your friends?
Definitely. First of all, shout out to God, Jesus, my Lord and Savior. Shout out all my teammates, of course, and the coaching staff. The dozers, the guys I live with, I got to shout those guys out, and my family back home, and my girlfriend Nicole, another student athlete here. So.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time. And here it was, Hayden Domingo, recipient of 2 awards yesterday at the BESPYs.
I'm here with Matt Leliveld, a cyclist here. Yesterday, we had the BESPYs, and you and one of your teammates went to represent the Cyclist of the Year. Do you want to talk about those athletes?
Yeah, so that was Kiera Lilac and Cole Punt, it was Owen this year.
Mhm.
Super stoked for both of them. They put on a clinic at Nats this year. Kiera, she won the XCO, so that's the cross country event. And then Owen went out and won the cross country event and the short track. So those are the 2 endurance events at Nats. So winning both of them back to back 2 days in a row was quite a feat for sure.
Yeah. So the Tornadoes have more individual championships than any other school.
Mm-hmm.
And here, our cyclists kind of have their own little world. How is that community and how does it affect the way that you guys race?
Yeah, it's a pretty tight-knit crew for sure. We kind of spend most of our time with each other, and that kind of just bolsters our how close we are at the venues and at the races, and you can kind of tell that out on the track. We're all cheering for each other and pushing ourselves to the limit, obviously. So it's definitely beneficial for us to be really close. And we're always encouraged to be as loud as possible within reason, obviously. But Coach Brad's always super stoked for us to be having a good time with each other and just bonding as a crew,
Yeah. And then yesterday you guys got your championship jerseys as a team, and you competed in the downhill event?
I did, yeah.
How was that?
That was pretty intense. Downhill's a lot shorter format than cross country or short track. It's a timed run from top to bottom, and it's all out perfection kind of thing. You have multiple days to scout the track and find every line that you possibly can, and plan out every movement that you do for usually about a 4-minute track. I just put down a solid run and ended up running away with it, I guess. So I was super stoked. This year it was in Arkansas, so it was a relatively flat venue.
So it was a lot more taxing on the body. It was a lot more physical. Next year is in Powderhorn, Colorado. So it's a lot of elevation. I think it's over 10,000 feet. It's going to be super dry, super gnarly. And yeah, it's going to be a different beast for sure.
So speaking of the national championship in Arkansas, it was originally supposed to be here, but because of Hurricane Helene, it got moved. How was that on you and the team?
It was a little disappointing. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, we were all super excited to have another year here, home court advantage kind of thing, I guess you could say. We knew the tracks. We helped build some of them at Rock Creek, which is where it was going to be held. And yeah, with the hurricane, it kind of put an end to that. Obviously, we got last year. The previous year was at Rock Creek the first time, and that was an awesome year as well. We got a couple national championship titles. We got short track from Cole Punchard and XCO that year, and then Cameron Mader won downhill. So yeah, I was really stoked to be able to keep it in the team for this year in Arkansas for sure.
Yeah. Did anything change with the location, like pregame race?
Oh, for sure. Like the track here is like, it's like half an hour drive from here. So we would have been able to sleep in our own beds, just go to calf like usual. It would have been a lot more relaxed. Whereas in Arkansas, we had to drive 12 hours in a bus, in a Sprinter van, actually. All the logistics there, where we stayed was about 45 minutes from the track anyways. So we still had like a bit of a commute there every day. It was an unknown what we were going there, because none of us had seen anything, any of the courses, any of the tracks there. So it was kind of going in blind almost. Whereas here it would have been home court.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gotcha. So what's up next for you? Do you have any cycling plans over the summer?
Yeah, so ideally, I'm planning on heading out west, back to Canada. Going to be spending my summer out in Squamish. That's like about an hour outside of Vancouver, and it's kind of like the mountain bike mecca of the world almost. I don't know. It's really close to Whistler, which is a big ski resort out there that does mountain biking in the summer. And yeah, really good world-class riding. It's where a lot of the downhill guys that are on the World Cup circuit are from. So I'm stoked to head out there, do some racing. I'm hoping to get into downhill full time, whereas in previous seasons I've been focusing on enduro, which is a little bit different format. It's basically downhill, but you have to climb to the top of the mountain rather than getting a lift. So
Gotcha.
I'm going full downhill this year, hopefully. So we'll see.
Well, good luck with that. And
Thank you very much.
Matthew Leliveld, everybody.
Hello, we're here with the female rookie of the year, Kinley Mosley. She had an amazing year. She scored 11 goals. She got 7 assists. She was USA South Conference Rookie of the Year, All-Region First Team, All-Conference First Team, and as a team, they were able to win the regular season. That's how they have the ring right now. And they were also the recipients of that Tornado Cup. So, hello, Kinley. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine as well. So, tell me about it. Rookie year, and your numbers are not of rookie. So, how were you able to make that?
It's honestly so overwhelming. Just put my head down, grind, do me. Over the summer, I trained a lot, so to show like stats and get these awards is really like fulfilling and a little bit of an ego boost. But yeah, I couldn't have done it without my friends at home helping me. Of course, my team here, my coaches at home, my family. But yeah, it's awesome.
Perfect. And well, we know that soccer is a team sport,
Oh, yeah.
but you were a very important part of the team. So how does it feel? Especially, how did the team welcome you as a freshman? How did you feel included and all of stuff?
I mean, the team was awesome coming in, just awesome. Like welcoming immediately. We come first time we see each other midnight running our mile test. Super scary, especially under the lights. But everybody's so cheery, so happy, ready to get the season going. I think just the positive atmosphere that I came into helped tremendously. I was super fortunate and super lucky to come across this team and be a part of the team.
Perfect. And then this is your first year, so you still have a lot of left.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be regular season and winning all those awards as a motivation for the next years to come?
It's awesome. Like seeing the past and like being able to accomplish things that this team has never accomplished my freshman season. It's awesome, but it only sets the bar. Like 3 more years, we got to reach that bar every year. But yeah, being able to achieve those goals that some of those girls have set for, the seniors 3 years. I'm just happy to do it for them. But yeah, we got to keep working.
Okay, and I was able to commentate some of the games for the
Yeah.
women's team, and it was very impressive how often it was your name was brought up in the plays, how you were all over the field, and I would like say like what things were you doing before the game? How did your mentality move, especially as the season went over
Mhm.
and you were remaining unbeaten, you were having like all this boost. How did that affect you?
Yeah, so every win came with, like we have to get this next one, this next one. So as the season progressed, the pressure was more and more, especially going into tournament and stuff, and at being at the top of the seating in our conference, having to maintain that. So, but yeah, like before games, my routine is just, putting in headphones, locked in. It's pretty standard routine, nothing special. But I like to watch like some of my old highlights to get me boosted or like just confident because with me, don't play confident, you don't play good. So
Mhm.
I think that's very important to me. But yeah.
Perfect. And you're not gonna be a rookie next season,
Mhm.
but do you have any idea of how you can help all of the rookies that are integrating into the team, help them feel more comfortable with the team?
So, I think coming in was perfect for me, the positive atmosphere, as I mentioned. So we just got to maintain that for the incoming freshmen. I think we have a very strong incoming freshman group coming. So, like we want to boost their confidence immediately so they make an immediate impact. So I think honestly, like I said, me coming in perfect. We just got to do that as well. Just stay positive, encouraging. Um, but yeah, just be us, honestly.
Perfect. And then you were rewarded by your effort on the field, but off
Mhm.
the field, how was your first year at Brevard then?
Great. I love it here. Classroom, great. Getting or maintaining a good GPA, like just met new friends, great professors. Like I love it here. Like nothing else to say. Great place.
Perfect. Okay, well, congratulations on an amazing year.
Thank
And
you
any
so
shout outs
much.
you want to do to the people that supported you to
Yeah,
get these awards?
obviously my family, they're great. Wouldn't be here without them. My team at home, my high school team coming from my high school, like great people. So fortunate to have them as well. My friends, the people that helped me train over the summer, obviously my team here. Great people. My coaches, want to shout out my roommate, my suite mates. They're all so great. Really everybody around me. I want to shout out the entire campus. Like it's a great place. Everybody's so great.
Thank you, Will. This was Kinley Mosley. She won a lot of things, and hopefully she gets to win more as her years in Brevard.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm here with Jadon Carnes. He's here representing Twain Wilson. Twain Wilson, he won the Mayo Rook of the Year for basketball. Jadon, first question that I want to ask you, just tell me more about your teammate that won the award. How does it feel for you when you saw him coming out of the podium with the award? How did it feel for you and your teammates as well, seeing a player from the basketball team winning the Mayo Rook of the Year?
Yeah, it felt really good. Obviously, everybody on the team was very supportive and very happy for him. We definitely feel like he deserved that award. So being able to see him go up on stage and represent the team and represent the program at a high level, it meant a lot to us and to the coaching staff as well.
Absolutely. And one thing, do you see in him right now? He's not gonna be a rookie anymore, but for next semester, more freshmen are gonna come. Do you think he's gonna have more responsibilities? Not just I'm talking about not just like playing level, but as a maybe a future captain or a future like reference for the team.
Yeah, he definitely will. What he was able to do for us this year was very important and a big reason to why we had some of the success and some of the records we were able to break and things like that. He's a very quiet guy off the court, but once you get to know him, he kind of breaks out of his shell. So if we can get him to be like that on the court, he can be a very good leader. And if he sticks around all 4 years, he's going to be able to do a lot of great things for the team and for the program. So we definitely expect him to be a leader and to use more of his voice, especially with some of the key impactful players we're going to be losing because of graduation this year.
Absolutely. So let's talk about you right now. I know you're representing him, but
Right.
let's talk about you as well. Um, what does basketball mean to you? Did you have any influence from your family? What does that mean to your life, basketball?
Yeah, basketball means a lot. It's a huge reason to why I committed and came to Brevard. I've played it ever since I was growing up. I played between two sports. I played basketball and tennis. I found basketball to be a lot more fun, and so I ran with that more through middle school and high school, and got to a point whenever I was in high school that I wanted to play at the next level. My family is a very athletic family. My dad played college sport. My cousins play college sports. Grandparents play college sports and things like that. So I kind of always had that passion instilled in me to want to do it. And now that I have the opportunity to do it, I'm grateful for it.
Absolutely. And another thing, you said basketball represents everything in your life. How is it your day by day here on the campus of Brevard College? I'm not just talking about practices, but also academically, time for yourself as well, because you have a lot of pressure being a
Right.
student, being an athlete. So how do you deal with all of those things?
Yeah, it's obviously not easy, but since I'm a junior, I've kind of had 2 years to do it, so I've learned along the way. Sometimes when it comes to your class schedule and certain other clubs and events that you're a part of here on campus, when it comes to finding time in the gym, sometimes that's really early in the morning. Sometimes it's really late at night. It just depends on what you have going on that day. So it's not always easy to find the time to do it, but whenever you're like me and most of my teammates, you came here to play basketball, and that's the biggest reason to why we came to school here. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. We always want to get in the gym, whether it's early or at night.
Yes, then you said you were a junior, right?
Mhm.
So when you go to bed, you put your head on the pillow. What do you imagine for your next season? It's going to be the last season. So I know if you think about the future, sometimes we get anxious, but do you have any expectations for next season? Any dreams that you want to achieve?
Yeah, I have a lot of dreams and expectations for personally and just for the team. This is my last year, so I'd love to go all out. I'd love to get a ring too. I think that would be great. I'd love to win the conference. That's something that's never been done in a very long time here. So I'd love to do that. I'd love to have some personal achievements. I'd love to score 1,000 points and to do things like that. But at the end of the day, I just want to win. That's all I care about. All I do on the court is just try to win games. I think that's what people are going to remember, and I think that's what matters. So whatever I can do to help us win games and hopefully win the regular season title or the conference title or both, that's what I want to do and want to be remembered for. So
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So thank you very much for being here, representing your teammate Wilson. I'm sure he would have won that award if it wasn't for you guys as well and the coaches. So you guys deserve to be mentioned as well. So thank you very much. And do you have any shout outs for any family members, friends, and also other teammates, coaches?
just shout out to all our teammates. Shout out to Twain for this award. He's a great player and he's also a great kid. So he's a great teammate. So shout out to all our teammates, all our coaches, his family, and mine.
We are joined today with Kennedy Noble and Naliyah Boyce. How are you all doing today?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Doing fantastic.
So you're here representing your teammate Josie Hester, who is the recipient of the Female Athlete of the Year award. Josie was chosen to be All Region 6 second team, USA South All Conference first team, USA South Conference Player of the Week 2 times, and USA South Conference All Tournament team. Can you tell me a little bit about Josie and how her performance was this season?
She just really puts the work in. I mean, she also puts her head down and, she's in the gym. So she deserves every single award that she got this year. She's broken so many records, set a record. So, I mean, I'm very proud of her and her dedication.
Yeah. Coming in, Josie was one to compete with. She's a competitor. She, like Kennedy said, she put her head down and got in the gym, put the work in, and did what she had to do to make our team successful and just lead us to victories. And she broke many records, and she was a captain. So really, really proud of Josie.
Yeah, and those stats just speak to how good she was on the court, but you all know her on and off. So just tell us a little bit about Josie off the court and just a little bit that we see her laughing all the time in the classroom. Just who is Josie?
Josie Hester is a character. She's really goofy. She's funny. She cracks a lot of jokes, but you just got to break that wall down, Looking at her from, like, court perspective, she's more of a competitor. She's kind of quiet and she giggles here and there, but you really wouldn't know what she's like unless she broke those walls down and got to talk to her on a personal level. So I'm really glad to be a part of Josie's life and like know her in that type of way. But yeah, she's funny.
Big goofball.
And Coach Donald Hudson also surpassed the 100 career win as a head coach. Can you speak a little bit on Coach Hud and how he has affected your team?
Coach Hud has been a tremendous help in my journey. He's shaped me into the woman I am today. He's done a lot of, I guess you could say, a lot of preparation. He puts a lot of time and dedication into coaching and what he does for us. So I think him and the mentality that he has and the mindset and the encouraging and pushing that he does for us is really beneficial on and off the court to shape us and make us who we are. And the 100 wins, I hope that can only just go up for him because he deserves it.
He's more than just a coach to me. He's family. He's there for every little thing you need. You call him, he's going to answer. He's really pushed me to be the best player I can possibly be, and the whole team, honestly. So he's going to get more than just 100 wins. He's just a really amazing guy and a great coach.
And as a team, Brevard's women's basketball is as successful as can be this year. So tell me a little bit about the preparation that went into that as a team, just each and single one individuals and as well as a group.
Going into it, we set many goals and we wanted to break records, and we just wanted to be that team that could do the impossible and just go as far as we could. So really we just put our heads down, grinded in the gym, took practice seriously, took everything that the coaches said into consideration, and knew that we just wanted to go out and have fun and just achieve all that we could. So we tried to take it as far as we could, and we made it to the championship, and I'd say that's a blessing. So
but next season we will get the rank.
Yeah. Came a little bit short, but it happens.
And Naliyah, you're a senior, correct?
Yes.
What was your favorite memory of the women's basketball team?
My favorite memory would probably be just spending that quality time together and just building a sisterhood, like outside of basketball and also during basketball. I feel like this year the team chemistry went really deep and everyone really got along with each other, and we were really dependent and reliable on each other. And I feel like having that bond and being able to just have all of my teammates around me was really beneficial, and I really enjoyed how we all connected.
And Kennedy, you're a junior, right?
I will be a junior.
Okay, yeah. What are you looking forward to in this next season, losing some of these huge names like Josie and McKenna?
It'll be tough. They contribute so much to the game and to our team, but we've got new people coming in, and I'm excited to play with them, and we still have great players here that are ready to play and, win and beat Southern Virginia. So
Yeah, so we're all here for Josie,
Yes.
who again had won the award. Just tell me just how vital, the stats tell a little bit of the story, but just in totality, just Josie and just who she is as a player on this team, how vital was she to this year's run?
I'd say she was really vital. Josie came out strong every game. Her stats kind of spoke. She had double digits the majority of the time, breaking 3-point records. I mean, I think the work just paid off, and it showed on the floor. She was very vital in most of our plays and just being one of those people that step up and do what needs to be done to get a win. And I'm really appreciative of her for that.
she's a leader for sure. I even look up to her. In tough situations, we look to her and she's going to hit them. I mean, if we're down 2, we're going to be up by 1. She's automatically going to hit that 3, and we know it. And not just the points, but her leadership on defense or anything, communication through the team, she's there and she's just going to do what she knows she needs to do.
I'm all good.
Well, anybody y'all want to shout? I didn't ask the first people this, so y'all please forgive me, Chance. But if y'all had anybody to shout out, y'all want to tell thank y'all to, who would y'all say it to?
Well, shout out to Josie because we're here for her, of course. Shout out to our coaches, our teammates, and just all the fans and support that we had along the season. And shout out to my family and Josie's family.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Hud and Coach Britt and Josie, obviously, especially our teammates too, and my family.
Well, Kennedy Noble and Aaliyah Boyce, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Here I am with Martin and Dan Morgan. He's representing Ryan Lynch, who won the award yesterday of the Player of the Year. Dan, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. You?
I'm feeling really good. Martin?
I'm feeling good as well.
So then, you live next to Ryan Lynch, right next to him. How is his routine day by day? Can you kind of describe his personality? How does he take soccer in his life?
Yeah. He sleeps a lot. First of all, yeah. He's always sleeping. Yeah. He keeps himself to himself. He's quiet, but he's always focused on recovery, sleep, early nights, lie-ins. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And so he won the award of Player of the Year, and you also was a player of the soccer team. How does it feel for you to have a teammate winning that award of Player of the Year?
Yeah, it's really good. It shows, his stats have got him where to win the award, putting the team through on goals this season, increased the amount of assists he's getting, really helped us out, dragged us through a lot of the games, yeah.
Perfect. And Dan, how do you feel about Lynch, not only on the field, but off the field in general, the past season? How was it sharing the field with him in his last year?
Yeah, it's really good. Me playing deeper, having that, always someone to look forward, trying to play passes into, always keeping the defenders busy. He's like the outlet, and when he scores, it's something to celebrate.
Perfect. And then you've been here for 3 years, and all 3 years Lynch has been at the field with you. So how does it feel? How has your relation shifted over the years with him?
Yeah, I think it's changed from the start. Obviously being a new player, coming into the team, you didn't know how people play as much, but after playing Lynch 3 seasons now, training every day, you can see the things he does. You start to get that connection where you know what he's going to do, and it helps in the play. It helps. You've got a better understanding of each other to support each other, yeah.
Perfect. And then tell us a bit about yourself and your experience in the soccer team. It's 3 years, very successful 3 years. So tell us about it.
Yeah, it's been really good. Obviously, first 2 years, winning the conference, getting to the nationals, wasn't quite as successful there. But yeah, obviously, we've had different teams, really, lots of people coming and going. But I've enjoyed it. Obviously, disappointing this year with the loss, but again, I felt like this year was probably one of our strongest teams we've had, and we were unlucky not to do more.
And then another thing that I want to ask you is your last semester here.
Yeah.
You're going to go back to England, where you lived your whole life. What's you're going to bring in your heart back home from this whole experience here at Brevard College?
Obviously, I'll take back all the good connections I've had with people here. But again, just gained experience, different, obviously meeting people from all over, different understands of how people play. And obviously, I'll just take back the memories of the good times here.
Absolutely, man. Martin, do you have a last question for them?
Well, any shout outs you want to give? Any special thanks to people?
Shout out to Lynch, obviously. Congrats on winning the award. Just shout out to the team, really, yeah. And everyone that supports us.
Perfect.
Dan, thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming here to represent Ryan Lynch.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with Sophie Trantham and Hannah Hersh, and both of the women's tennis players. You guys won the award of the highest GPA team Were you guys expecting that when you guys went to the gym yesterday night for the ceremony?
Honestly, no. I mean, our team is probably the smallest we have on campus. And every year we've never gotten the highest team GPA award. And so I know I was very excited last night when we got that. We're always supporting each other off the court in the classroom with our grades and our homeworks, always trying to help each other with whatever assignments we need help with, just giving us as much support as possible to one another.
Yeah, I was really excited for us, and I was really proud of the team. I'm very thankful for the professors for working around our schedules and making time for us to do our work.
So, as being an athletic student, how is it to deal with classes and practicing? For me, when I do sports, I release some endorphin. I feel good. I feel more relaxed to keep my life on. But you guys have the competition factor on it. So, is it something healthy to have it practice while you're studying, or is it more like stressful for you guys?
For me personally, I find like a good equal medium. Like it's not hard for me. Sometimes I procrastinate, but I always get my work done on time. You just have to find the time to do your work.
I find it very stressful, but I like stress in my life. It motivates me to always try to do my best. I know that my academics always come first, and then tennis is after. But I always try to put in the work, both academically and athletically. And with the support of my teachers, just knowing that I'm an athlete meant a lot to me for the past 4 years. Having to be able to just communicate with them when I had a match and I wasn't going to be in class, and they told me what I needed to do in order to be successful in the classroom. I just really appreciate all that they've done for me and how they helped shaped me academically to help pursue what I want to do after Brevard.
Okay. And whoever is watching that and is struggling with classes, I'm struggling with some classes. So, what kind of advices do you guys have to give for the students that are kind of struggling with practices and classes and how to deal with all of that?
Well, you really need to focus on your mental health, whether that be taking a nap, going on a walk, eating healthy foods. Your mental health should come first. Just finding that balance will really help you be able to do your schoolwork in athletics. And you can also go to counselors on campus if you're really struggling and they can help you through it, or you can talk with your coach about spending less time in athletics and spending more time on your work if that's what you need to do.
Everything that Sophie said. And another thing is Google Calendar will be your best friend. I just found it last year and it's just a whole game changer. Like I was writing everything on a paper calendar, but then I would forget to look at the paper calendar or I'd leave it in my room. And Google Calendar is just on your phone. It gives you alerts and you can just edit it. It really helped me with all the stuff that I have to do outside of Brevard and in Brevard. And it just became my best friend, basically.
Absolutely. And tell to us a little bit more about your guys' story of tennis. Did you have any influence for your family? I remember when I was a kid, 1 year old, my dad gave me a racket. Do you have any story like that you kind of comes to your mind, some pictures that you always see when you're back home?
Well, I started playing when I was 5 because of my grandma. I played a lot of different sports and none of them really clicked with me. And then when I started tennis, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of coaches say that I wouldn't ever play at a collegiate level and that I would never be good enough, but I proved them all wrong. And here I am, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity to play, and I'm very thankful to my family for pushing me to do it.
Yeah, I never really started playing tennis until my senior year of high school. COVID hit, and our season got cut short junior year of tennis. I was never really playing on the team. I was just there for funsies, basically, supporting the other girls. And then there was this academy near my hometown, and so I went there, and then I wanted to really focus on playing tennis for my high school team, and I actually wanted to play in the lineup that year rather than just watching the other girls play. And so I worked hard, and I started doing private lessons, and so when the season came, I became the number 2 spot. And so that coach really pushed me. My mom told me that maybe I should consider doing college tennis, which I never considered. I thought I was going to go to the college in my hometown and just give up completely. And so I started looking at schools, and Brevard came. And so I accepted. And ever since then, I loved playing college tennis. It was like the best opportunity I've ever experienced. and I always worked hard. I took lessons outside and practiced every day with our teammates and put the hours in at the gym, focused on nutrition, and really try to be the best of what I could be for Brevard College.
And you guys won the award of the highest GPA team. Are you guys gonna keep playing tennis, maybe teaching tennis to little kids or teenagers? Do you think you can kind of grab some of this experience out of the court in class to teach some kids outside of class as a teacher, kind of having that knowledge that you learned through your life and being a good student? Do you think that can help you as in the future, maybe you're going to be a tennis professor or something related?
I mean, I'm gonna play until I can't like walk anymore. Like you could play tennis the rest of your life. My grandma played until she was in her late 70s, and yeah, I'm gonna play forever. I have people at home who ask me for tips whenever I play with them. My dad asked me a lot for tips. He asked me to coach him when we're at home because he started playing as well, and I feel like I could help people out. I can see a coaching job in the future, maybe on the side.
I don't know what's in store for me tennis-wise, but definitely coaching-wise. For the past couple of years, I've been helping the Brevard Health and Racket Club, coaching the little kids, and doing some clinics as well, and I really enjoy it. It's a big tennis community here at Brevard, and all the support that we've given or have been brought from that club itself is tremendous. And I appreciate all the support that's been given from anybody that's ever played tennis or wants to play tennis. Should
come here and play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sophie. Thank you very much, Hannah.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate you guys coming here. And also, congratulations for your teammates as well, who made it the highest GPA of all sports here in Brevard College. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here with Hayley, Kenney, and Mikayla Rubin, the soccer representatives. You guys are here to represent the Tornado Cup, but also to represent your teammate, MK Smoke. So let's start with the Tornado Cup. Hayley, what does it mean to you? I know in the past, women's soccer and women's lacrosse have passed it off to each other. So what does it mean to win it this year?
It was a really great and rewarding I'm really happy that a lot of girls are getting out there and we're supporting our other Tornado Cup and our other athletes out there, and that we're getting out in the community, like they're going to help Augusta with like young girls with soccer. I'm just really proud of the girls for going above and beyond.
And Rue, part of the Tornado Cup is community service. What was your favorite form of community service this year?
My favorite was when we went to Augusta and trained the little young athletes.
Gotcha. Is there a particular sport you guys like going to support?
Personally, I'm in favor because like I'm a manager on a women's basketball. I'm just a big fan of them, or even men's basketball, but like I have a personal interest in basketball. Like I love watching them.
Rue?
I'm big on baseball. My whole family's played baseball. My uncles, my dad, and my brothers. So
nice. You guys also got the championship rings yesterday, and I know that was a great feeling. I know you've been waiting all year for them. Kenney, can you talk a little bit about how it felt to go up there to get it?
It was nerve-wracking because we were all nervous about actually going up and getting it. But at the end of the day, we were all just really grateful and happy of, like, for me, it's been 4 years of putting in the work, and to do it with especially like the junior class of like, I've been there with them for most of my career, and us to finally get it was just really amazing.
And Rue, can you speak a little bit about how the season went and how it felt to go and have an incredible season like that?
Yeah, so when I first came in the beginning of the year, everyone just put their heads down and worked from off the field and on the field. We knew that this season was going to be different than the others before we even started playing. And to see all the hard work we put in off the field and on the field pay off to getting a ring. And yes, it was sad how season ended, but I'm grateful and proud of everybody for how it went.
Understandable. And then yesterday, Juan Mascaro Sr. also got an award for the Coach of the Year. Kenney, can you speak a little bit on Senior and what his impact has had on you?
Yes, I can. He's been my coach for the last 4 years. He was always the person that was pushing me and telling me to get better, and to have all of my college career with him is just like a big speaks of volume.
Rue, same question.
He's somebody who's very dedicated, especially to the team. So he would do anything for us. And to see him on stage yesterday handing us the rings meant a lot to everybody, not just me.
Yeah, I understand that. And then the final questions are about your teammate MK Smoke, which you guys are here to represent. She was the recipient of the Ann Edders Excellent Award. Can you speak a little bit about her off the field?
MK off the field is like on the field she's very direct, but she has such a kind soul, probably not for the other attackers on the other field, but as a teammate, you know that she has your back 100%. She's doing all that she can and she goes above and beyond, and watching her as like a senior and that she's been growing up into a sophomore and about to become a junior I've been incredibly proud of her as a teammate.
Rue, can you speak about her performance on the soccer field?
Yes, she is a very dedicated and honest player. She'll straight up tell you what you need to work on, and she's a great person to play with. She's really good, and you know that MK is always no one's getting past her.
And Kenney, as a senior, can you reflect a little bit on the last 4 soccer seasons that you've had?
It's been definitely a roller coaster, but so many amazing memories that have happened from, especially last year, of like us going to the championship and we were traveling along the bus for over a week together. It really brought a lot of memories together. And for my senior night to beat SVU personally at home, it was just the biggest, like, heartfelt, amazing moments in my life that I'm just so happy about.
And what's next for you? What's after graduation?
After graduation is I'm going back home to New Hampshire. I'm applying to some jobs of conservation officer and marine patrol. But I'm honestly open to anything that's to come in my life, and I hope that I can also come back for next year's senior night and to cheer on these girls that have been there for me.
And Rue, you have a lot more seasons to come. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to hopefully beating SVU again next year, and Methodist, because they were the champions this year, and just more team bonding experiences. I know next year's a home season, so more time at the home field and hopefully get more rings.
Perfect. Do you guys have any shout outs or anything, last comments you want to say?
I would like to shout out my friends, my family, my teammates, my coaches. I appreciate everything that you guys have done for me throughout my beginning of my career to now finishing up my senior year at college. And personal, Michael Marashi, I'm shouting you out. You better thank me for this. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I would like to thank out my family, friends, Hayley, Kenney, and obviously Marashi. He's amazing. The team, 100%, the captains, MK and Key, and coaches, Kayla and Sally, and just thank you for everything they've done for me this year and many more rings to come.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's been a very productive day with the BESPYs and the Postshow Podcast. We've had a lot of good interviews, had a lot of fun with the awards. And how are you feeling with this Postshow Podcast?
I thought it was great. It was so nice to see the human side of these athletes and listen to them. Chance's interview nearly brought me to tears. Watching him grow up has been so fun. So I loved it. I loved seeing the behind the scenes.
Definitely you talk about that, especially with Chance for me, because it was I didn't want to take it to that emotional point. It was supposed to be more funny, and he is genuine. That tells you the maturity, though, of him, and just everybody else as well, just showing how much they really take serious their sports, but also the athletic, the student aspect of being a Brevard, just NATO.
For me, it just feels really nice because we all thought we worked really hard through the season, and right now we are here at the end, just kind of closing it up the season, and for me, it's really special to see all those players. Some of them, they are my friends. Some of them, they are your friends. So for me, it's really special to have this relationship between us and the players, the students. So I really enjoy it. I'm really grateful for this whole year of experience that I had here.
Do you get any favorite interview, Mateus?
I would say each interview is unique for me. I kind of just make questions about sometimes just comes to my mind at the moment. So each moment I would say is special for me. It's singular. So I don't have a specific interview. Each one is special, I would say, in a way. And I just try to make the whoever is getting interviewed relaxed and be themselves. I think that's the best way to do it.
How does it feel for you, Lex, having finished most of your events, more of your assignments throughout the year? How does it feel to be talking to the athletes, to your friends in here?
It's been really nice. It's been a long year. It's been a great year to be a NATO. It's been so nice to see like these teams succeed in such big ways, and getting to talk to them at the end right before graduation felt like one big hurrah. Especially last night, like at the BESPYs, I think it was a beautiful ceremony, but seeing like the amount of pictures that I had on the slideshow made me really emotional because I've spent a lot of time on the field, on the court, and everywhere around campus. So seeing it in front of me was really sweet.
And you, Alex, being the youngest one here at the show, how does it feel seeing all the athletes, seeing that you still have a lot of career here in Brevard and your second BESPYs?
It's crazy actually. Technically, my first BESPYs, I didn't go last year. So just actually getting to see what the BESPYs was like was very interesting. I got to sit with Lex and another friend of mine, who actually is producing this right now, but we won't talk about him. But yeah, we had a really good time and really enjoyed just being in the atmosphere where the spirit was just so high. You know, being a football player, we are a very tight group and we are loud, and I love how loud we are. But just hearing how every team can be like that when they're with one another, because that's just how serious they take it and how much they love one another. And it really just shows you like how sports, when you're with people, community is the important part. Like you look at the stats, you look at the ball, and you look at whatever goes into that game, but you forget that it's about the people. That's what sports is all about. Because without people, there is no sports. And it's really just like amazing to especially enjoy that with all my friends.
I'm going to build on that. I think it was really great watching like football go crazy for basketball and basketball going crazy for baseball. It was nice to see like the entire gym filled with all these athletes that don't normally sit with each other, cheer for each other, and be loud for each other. It was really nice to watch it.
Yeah, sports are a big part of Brevard College, and we had a very successful year for the BC Tornadoes. And it was really nice seeing basically all of it and the podcast right now. So to end it, any shout outs you want to give to people?
I'm gonna start with my parents. Mom, I love you. You're everything for me. If I start speaking about you, I'm gonna cry here, so I'm not gonna speak a lot. Also, my dad and my brothers back home. I miss you all so much every day. But you guys are my motivation to be here. I have my dreams and I fight hard for them. And yes, I also wanna give a big shout out for all the communication team who helped me every day here. I'm learning, not just with you guys, but Phil, Joseph, everybody who is helping me in the press box with music, everything. I'm just trying to learn here every day. So yes, I just want to give the shout out for everybody who is helping me, but especially for my family.
Oh, well, I'll just start with saying all glory to God. Shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who gives me the ability to do all I do. And it just gave me the opportunity to have so many, just to even be able to shout out people. So shout out to my mom, my dad, people who got me in this position, to my little brother who's not so little anymore. Shout out to you. I know you're not watching, but I'm gonna make you watch at some point when I go home. Yeah, shout out to one of my closest friends here at Brevard, George Rennie, who was actually producing this. He was the one who was sitting at the table with us. My sweet mate, just all my friends here at Brevard. All y'all get shout out at one time. My teammates, and even if I don't know you at Brevard, shout out to you because I probably wave at you or at least smile at you when I walk by you. You know what I'm saying? I just thank you for even being here, Brevard. I'm glad you could be here. So yeah, shout out Charles Eckenbarger. Shout out Charles.
We love you, Charles.
And last but not least, shout out Phil, because Phil to my mom has no idea that when I first was taking the course that even got us here, I was very skeptical about the position that I would be in this, but he made me feel so comfortable and really enjoy how this year has gone. And we talk about all the awards everybody got, but he himself was recognized last night and he deserves to be. So shout out Phil and thank you so much.
I'm going to start out my shout out with men's basketball. I would not be a photographer if it wasn't for that one game because we didn't have any pictures of the men's basketball seniors. So I want to say thank you to you guys, and then thank you to football for continuing the dream that I've had and giving little old me a shot. I want to thank George Rennie for putting this on and being here the entire time. My grandparents for watching quite literally anything that has me in it. I appreciate you guys. And Phil for letting this dream continue.
Yeah, I would like to say thanks to Phil, not only this class, but last semester for the sports media and broadcast. He allowed me and Mateus to be commentating the game, so that was a very interesting approach for my first time being into sports, because I've always liked playing sports, but being from the behind the scenes was very interesting. To Dr. Cook and Abby Whitaker, because they were the ones that made me start talking to other people in interviews and that. Not to Charles, and all my coaches and friends and basically everyone here in the class that made this possible, and to George, of course. And then thanks to everybody that's watching this, that was part of this. And it's a wrap for the first post-show podcast of the BESPYs Awards.